Low libido? These three nutrients restore testosterone and bedroom performance. Sexual health challenges affect millions of people worldwide, cutting across age groups and demographics. From declining libido and erectile difficulties to hormonal imbalances and reduced stamina, these issues can significantly impact quality of life, relationships, and overall well being. While pharmaceutical interventions often dominate the conversation around sexual health, emerging research reveals that nutritional deficiencies may be a hidden culprit behind many bedroom struggles. Specifically, three essential nutrients, zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D, play crucial roles in sexual function, hormone production, and reproductive health. Understanding how these micronutrients work and addressing potential deficiencies could be the key to unlocking better sexual health naturally.
The hidden epidemic of micronutrient deficiency. Before diving into how these specific nutrients affect sexual health, it's important to recognize just how common deficiencies are in modern society. Despite living in an era of unprecedented food availability, many people consume diets lacking in essential micronutrients. Processing, soil depletion, lifestyle factors, and dietary choices have created a perfect storm of nutritional inadequacy. Studies suggest that nearly half of the global population is deficient in zinc, with particularly high rates among vegetarians, the elderly, and those with digestive disorders. Magnesium deficiency affects an estimated 50 to 60% of adults in Western countries, while vitamin D deficiency has reached pandemic proportions, with some research indicating that up to 40% of Americans have insufficient levels. These aren't just abstract statistics. They translate into real physiological consequences, including compromised sexual function. Zinc, the mineral of masculinity and fertility. Zinc stands as perhaps the most critical mineral for sexual health, particularly for men. This essential trace element is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, but its role in reproductive function is especially profound. Testosterone production and regulation. Zinc's most significant contribution to sexual health lies in its relationship with testosterone. This mineral is directly involved in the synthesis of testosterone in the Leydig cells of the testes. Research has consistently demonstrated that zinc deficiency leads to reduced testosterone levels, while supplementation in deficient individuals can restore normal hormonal balance. The mechanism is fascinating. Zinc inhibits the enzyme aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen. In men with adequate zinc levels, this conversion is properly regulated, maintaining optimal testosterone to estrogen ratios. When zinc is deficient, aromatase activity increases, leading to lower testosterone and higher estrogen levels, a hormonal profile associated with decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, and even physical changes like gynecomastia. A landmark study published in Nutrition found that young men placed on a zinc-restricted diet experienced significant decreases in testosterone levels within just 20 weeks. Conversely, zinc supplementation in elderly men with marginal zinc deficiency nearly doubled their serum testosterone levels over 6 months. These findings underscore zinc's powerful influence on male hormone health. Sperm quality and male fertility. Beyond hormone production, zinc is concentrated in high amounts in the prostate gland and seminal fluid, where it plays multiple roles in male fertility. Zinc protects sperm from bacterial damage, helps maintain sperm membrane integrity, and is crucial for proper sperm motility and morphology. Research shows that men with low seminal zinc levels often have impaired sperm quality, including reduced motility and abnormal sperm structure. Infertile men consistently show lower zinc concentrations compared to fertile counterparts. Supplementation studies have demonstrated improvements in sperm count, motility, and morphology in men with initially low zinc status. Sexual function and libido. The connection between zinc and libido extends beyond testosterone. Zinc influences neurotransmitter function, including dopamine, a key player in sexual desire and pleasure. Adequate zinc levels support healthy brain chemistry that underpins sexual motivation and arousal. For women, zinc also plays an important role in sexual health. It contributes to estrogen and progesterone balance, supports reproductive tissue health, and influences arousal and natural lubrication. Zinc deficiency in women has been associated with delayed sexual maturation, menstrual irregularities, and reduced libido. Food sources and supplementation. The richest dietary sources of zinc include oysters, famously known as an aphrodisiac for good reason, red meat, poultry, shellfish, legumes, nuts, and seeds. However, plant-based sources contain phytates that can inhibit zinc absorption, making vegetarians and vegans particularly vulnerable to deficiency. For supplementation, typical doses range from 15 to 30 milligrams daily, though some protocols for addressing deficiency may use higher amounts short-term. Zinc should ideally be taken with food to minimize gastric upset, and it's important not to exceed 40 milligrams daily for extended periods, as excessive zinc can interfere with copper absorption and immune function. Magnesium, the relaxation mineral for performance. While zinc often steals the spotlight in discussions of sexual health nutrients, magnesium deserves equal attention. This mineral is involved in more than 600 biochemical reactions in the body and plays multiple roles in sexual function and performance. Testosterone support and hormonal balance. Like zinc, magnesium influences testosterone production, though through different mechanisms. Research has shown that magnesium supplementation increases both total and free testosterone levels, with effects being particularly pronounced in active individuals. A study involving athletes found that magnesium supplementation for 4 weeks significantly increased free and total testosterone levels compared to placebo. The increase in free testosterone, the biologically active form not bound to proteins, is especially relevant for sexual function, as this is the fraction that can interact with receptors and produce physiological effects. Magnesium achieves this through several pathways. It reduces oxidative stress, which can damage testosterone-producing cells. It also influences the production of insulin-like growth factor, IGF-1, which promotes testosterone synthesis. Additionally, magnesium helps regulate sex hormone-binding globulin, SHBG, the protein that binds testosterone and makes it less available. Lower SHBG means more free, active testosterone. Cardiovascular health and blood flow. Sexual function, particularly erectile function in men, is fundamentally a vascular phenomenon. Erections require robust blood flow to the genital tissues, and anything that impairs cardiovascular health can compromise sexual performance. Magnesium is often called nature's calcium channel blocker because of its ability to relax blood vessels and improve circulation. This mineral helps regulate blood pressure, reduces arterial stiffness, and enhances endothelial function, the ability of blood vessels to dilate properly. All of these effects support the increased blood flow necessary for sexual arousal and response. For women, proper blood flow to the pelvic region is equally important for arousal, lubrication, and orgasm. Magnesium's cardiovascular benefits support sexual function across all genders by ensuring adequate perfusion of genital tissues. Stress reduction and mood enhancement. Perhaps magnesium's most underappreciated contribution to sexual health is its effect on stress and mood. Chronic stress is one of the most common causes of reduced libido and sexual dysfunction. Stress hormones like cortisol interfere with sex hormone production, suppress desire, and can trigger performance anxiety. Magnesium helps regulate the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal HPA axis, the body's stress response system. It acts as a natural relaxant, calming the nervous system and promoting better stress resilience. Many people with magnesium deficiency experience heightened anxiety, irritability, and difficulty relaxing, mental states incompatible with healthy sexual function. By supporting GABA receptors, the brain's primary inhibitory neurotransmitter, magnesium promotes relaxation without sedation. This calm alertness creates the mental state conducive to sexual desire and enjoyment. Adequate magnesium also supports better sleep quality, and since sleep is crucial for hormone production and overall vitality, this creates another pathway through which magnesium supports sexual health. Energy production and physical performance. Sexual activity is a physical endeavor requiring stamina and energy. Magnesium is essential for ATP, adenosine triphosphate production, the energy currency of every cell. Without adequate magnesium, energy metabolism is impaired, leading to fatigue and reduced physical capacity. This becomes particularly relevant for sexual stamina and the ability to enjoy prolonged intimacy without excessive fatigue. Athletes have long recognized magnesium's importance for physical performance, and these same benefits translate to sexual performance. Food sources and supplementation. Magnesium-rich foods include dark leafy greens, nuts, especially almonds and cashews, seeds, pumpkin and sunflower, whole grains, legumes, dark chocolate, and avocados. Despite these readily available sources, modern agricultural practices have depleted magnesium from soils, and food processing removes much of this mineral from refined foods. For supplementation, magnesium glycinate and magnesium threonate are highly bioavailable forms with minimal laxative effects. Typical doses range from 200 to 400 milligrams daily, ideally taken in the evening, as magnesium can promote relaxation and better sleep. Some people may experience loose stools with higher doses. If this occurs, reducing the amount or dividing it into multiple smaller doses throughout the day can help. Vitamin D, the sunshine hormone for sexual vitality. Vitamin D is technically not a vitamin, but a steroid hormone that influences thousands of genes throughout the body. Its importance for sexual health has only recently gained recognition, but the evidence is compelling. Testosterone optimization. Multiple studies have established a strong correlation between vitamin D levels and testosterone. Men with sufficient vitamin D levels consistently show higher testosterone concentrations compared to those who are deficient. One groundbreaking study found that men with adequate vitamin D levels, at least 30 nanograms per milliliter, had significantly higher testosterone than those with insufficient levels. Another intervention trial demonstrated that vitamin D supplementation for 1 year increased testosterone levels by approximately 25% in previously deficient men. The mechanism involves vitamin D's influence on the Leydig cells in the testes, which are responsible for testosterone production. These cells have vitamin D receptors, and optimal vitamin D levels appear necessary for their proper function. Vitamin D may also reduce SHBG levels, thereby increasing 3-testosterone availability. For women, vitamin D influences estrogen and progesterone production and is important for maintaining hormonal balance throughout the menstrual cycle. Deficiency has been linked to polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, a condition associated with hormonal imbalances and fertility challenges. Erectile function and vascular health. Research has uncovered concerning associations between vitamin D deficiency and erectile dysfunction. Multiple studies show that men with erectile dysfunction have significantly lower vitamin D levels compared to men without sexual difficulties. The connection is largely vascular. Vitamin D supports endothelial health, the inner lining of blood vessels that must function properly for erections to occur. It reduces inflammation, decreases arterial stiffness, and promotes the production of nitric oxide, the molecule essential for vasodilation and blood flow to erectile tissues. A deficiency in vitamin D is associated with increased cardiovascular disease risk, including atherosclerosis, hardening of the arteries. Since erectile dysfunction often serves as an early warning sign of cardiovascular disease, the penile arteries are smaller and show damage earlier than coronary arteries. Maintaining optimal vitamin D levels supports both sexual and cardiovascular health. Mood, depression, and sexual desire. The relationship between mood and sexual function cannot be overstated. Depression and low mood are strongly associated with reduced libido and sexual dysfunction, creating a cycle that can be difficult to break. Vitamin D deficiency is prevalent among people with depression, and supplementation has shown promise as an adjunctive treatment for mood disorders. Vitamin D receptors are present throughout the brain, including regions that regulate mood and behavior. This hormone influences neurotransmitter production and protects against neurodegenerative processes. By supporting better mood and reducing depressive symptoms, adequate vitamin D levels create the psychological foundation necessary for healthy sexual desire and satisfaction. Immune function and overall health. While not directly related to sexual mechanics, vitamin D's role in immune function contributes to overall vitality and wellness, the foundation upon which healthy sexuality rests. Frequent illness, chronic inflammation, and poor general health inevitably impact sexual function and desire. Vitamin D modulates both innate and adaptive immunity, helping the body defend against infections while preventing excessive inflammatory responses. This balanced immune function supports the energy and well-being necessary for an active sex life. Sunlight, food, and supplementation. Vitamin D is unique in that the body can synthesize it from cholesterol when skin is exposed to UVB radiation from sunlight. However, many factors limit this production. Living at higher latitudes, winter season, skin pigmentation, sunscreen use, indoor lifestyles, and aging all reduce vitamin D synthesis. Food sources are limited and typically insufficient to maintain optimal levels. Fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, egg yolks, and fortified dairy products provide some vitamin D, but most people require supplementation to achieve optimal status. Blood testing is valuable to determine baseline levels, but general supplementation of 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily is considered safe for most adults. Vitamin D is fat-soluble, so taking it with a meal containing fat improves absorption. Many people benefit from higher doses, particularly in winter months or if they're significantly deficient. Levels between 40 to 60 nanograms per milliliter are generally considered optimal for health, though functional medicine practitioners often target the higher end of this range. Synergistic effects, the power of combined supplementation. While each of these nutrients powerfully influences sexual health individually, their effects are amplified when combined. This is because they work through complementary mechanisms and support each other's function. Zinc and magnesium are both required for optimal testosterone production, but through different pathways. Together, they provide more comprehensive hormonal support than either alone. Vitamin D enhances the absorption and utilization of both minerals, while contributing its own hormonal influences. This is why many supplement formulations combine these three nutrients, often with the addition of vitamin B6, creating what's known as a ZMA supplement. Research on these combination products has shown benefits for sleep quality, exercise recovery, and hormonal health, all factors that indirectly support sexual function. Additionally, all three nutrients support cardiovascular health through overlapping mechanisms, reducing inflammation, improving endothelial function, and supporting proper blood pressure regulation. This creates a multiplied benefit for erectile function and genital blood flow. Identifying and addressing deficiencies. Recognizing whether you might be deficient in these nutrients is the first step toward addressing sexual health through nutrition. Common signs of zinc deficiency include frequent colds, poor wound healing, hair loss, white spots on nails, taste and smell disturbances, and of course, reduced libido and sexual function. Magnesium deficiency often manifests as muscle cramps, facial twitches, irregular heartbeat, anxiety, difficulty sleeping, and low energy. Vitamin D deficiency can cause fatigue, mood changes, muscle weakness, bone pain, and frequent illness. Blood testing can definitively identify deficiencies. For zinc, a serum zinc test provides useful information, though cellular zinc levels may be more accurate. Magnesium is tricky to test, since most is stored in bones and cells rather than blood. But RBC magnesium or ionized magnesium tests are more informative than standard serum magnesium. For vitamin D, the 25-hydroxyvitamin D test is the standard measure. However, given the high prevalence of deficiency and the safety of moderate supplementation, many healthcare practitioners recommend supplementing these nutrients even without testing, particularly if symptoms suggest deficiency. Lifestyle factors that enhance nutrient status. Beyond supplementation, lifestyle choices significantly impact nutrient status and sexual health. Chronic stress depletes magnesium rapidly, so stress management through meditation, yoga, or breathing exercises helps preserve levels. Excessive alcohol consumption interferes with zinc absorption and depletes magnesium, while also suppressing testosterone production. Regular exercise supports healthy testosterone levels and improves the body's utilization of these nutrients, though overtraining can have the opposite effect. Adequate sleep is crucial. Testosterone production peaks during sleep, and chronic sleep deprivation severely compromises hormonal health despite adequate nutrition. Gut health deserves special mention, as nutrient absorption occurs primarily in the intestines. Conditions like leaky gut, inflammatory bowel disease, or even moderate dysbiosis can impair mineral absorption. Supporting digestive health through probiotics, reducing inflammatory foods, and healing the gut lining can dramatically improve nutrient status, even without increasing intake. Realistic expectations and timeline. When addressing sexual health through nutritional optimization, patience is important. Unlike pharmaceutical interventions that may work within hours or days, correcting nutritional deficiencies and experiencing their full benefits takes time. Most people begin noticing improvements in energy and mood within 2 to 4 weeks of supplementation. Hormonal changes, including testosterone increases, typically become apparent within 6 to 8 weeks. Improvements in sexual function, libido, erectile quality, arousal, and performance generally manifest over 2 to 3 months as hormonal balance is restored and vascular health improves. This timeline assumes consistent supplementation at adequate doses. Sporadic or low-dose supplementation will produce minimal results. Additionally, severe deficiencies may require higher therapeutic doses and longer correction periods. It's also important to recognize that while these nutrients can significantly improve sexual health, they're not magic bullets. If sexual dysfunction stems from relationship issues, psychological trauma, severe medical conditions, or structural problems, nutritional support alone may be insufficient. A comprehensive approach addressing all contributing factors offers the best outcomes. Nutritional foundations for sexual vitality. Sexual health is a complex interplay of hormones, cardiovascular function, neurochemistry, and psychological well-being. While modern medicine has developed powerful interventions for sexual dysfunction, the foundational importance of nutrition, particularly zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D, cannot be overstated. These 3 nutrients influence virtually every aspect of sexual function. They optimize hormone production, support vascular health for proper blood flow, enhance mood and reduce stress, provide energy for physical performance, and support the overall vitality that makes a satisfying sex life possible. Given the widespread prevalence of deficiencies in these nutrients and their profound impact on sexual health, ensuring optimal status should be a priority for anyone experiencing sexual difficulties or simply wanting to optimize their sexual vitality. The investment is minimal, both financially and in terms of effort, while the potential rewards extend far beyond the bedroom to encompass improved energy, mood, physical performance, and overall health. Whether through dietary optimization, smart supplementation, or ideally both, giving your body the nutritional building blocks it needs for healthy sexual function is a foundational step that can transform your intimate life and overall quality of life. As research continues to illuminate the connections between nutrition and sexual health, these 3 nutrients stand out as essential allies in the pursuit of sexual wellness and vitality at any age.